All right, so Everton 1, West Brom nil. That's it. That's the video. Up the fucking toffees, Colin Chong, all that. Now, yeah, 1-0 against the Counter Monte Bistows West Brom side at the Hawthorns, finished 1-0. And if you missed the highlights, if you missed the game, good. You've saved yourself an hour and a half or 15 minutes of heartache because that was dreadful. I said last week in the last video, I'm all right with us, sacrificing performance for the result. Yeah, I am, but don't make a habit of it, Everton. I mean, seriously, that was dreadful. There's players there that look like competition winners again, and players there that have been given an opportunity to show up and failing miserably. I'm not going to single out names because you all know who they are because you all watched that. You all watched it. Twitter wasn't. Twitter said enough. You know what I mean? We had an early scare in the opening minutes. Big save from Pickford that probably saved us the game. To be honest with you, because beyond that, I think West Brom we had them at arm's length. I thought. I don't think we. I was flitting in and out of it because it was that bad. To be honest with you, that I really should have paid more attention, but I just couldn't. And we went into the first half 0-0, and you were just wondering where the hell a goal was going to come from. Calvert-Lewin should have buried that effort that he had, the opportunity where he just hit it straight at the keeper. Richarlison had a little bit, fluffed his lines towards, a great passing movement. It always seemed like whenever there was a good passing movement from Everton, we looked threatening, and it was still good to see, but it wasn't good enough in that final third, and that's going to cost us if we're trying to get fourth place. Especially after going into fourth place last night for that time, and knowing that we're capable of going there. But the goal come from Richarlison, who's now scored 4 in 4, which is great considering Calvert-Lewin's not on the scoring trail again. He seems to have dropped off a little bit, which is fine because he's coming back from injury and whatever. But I just think that we might have to rely on Richarlison a little bit more. And he was excellent last night. I think he was one of the few who made the difference in the game. Special mention to Alan and Gylfi, Darryl Strawberry, Sigurdsson. Now, if you've seen that Simpsons episode, I was starting recording this and then it stopped recording for some reason. But if you've seen that episode of Homer at the Bat where Mr. Burns gets all the Major League Baseball stars to play in the softball league, and Wonderbat, Homer's Wonderbat, you all know that one. If you haven't seen it, go and find it. It's an absolutely superb episode. But there's a bit in it where Mr. Burns goes to Darryl Strawberry, goes, "You there, Strawberry, you hit me a home run." And he goes, "Can do, Skip." And he knocks one out the park. And Mr. Burns looks back at Smithers and goes, "I told him to do that." And that to me last night felt exactly the same. He brought on Sigurdsson and basically just told Lucas Digne to not take the free kick and like, "You, Sigurdsson, whip that ball in for the change." And he's gone, "Yeah, can do." And we've scored from it. But and you can almost see Ancelotti, cool as you like, has gone, "Yeah, but what the fuck's going on with this Everton side?" But he basically turned back to them and told him to do that. And it was just a great bit of coaching. A great, this is why we are very lucky with Ancelotti, because that last night the game would have slipped by Koeman, Allardyce, Silva, Martinez, Moyes to an extent, and we'd have probably either conceded or drawn 0-0, and instead we come away for 3 points, another win on the road, which is amazing, considering our away form has been tosh for God knows how long. Richarlison 4 goals in 4 moved us into fourth place, so there's still a lot of positives to take from a really shit performance, and I'm happy. Again, as I said, I don't want to constantly sacrifice poor performances for the results, but I'll take it again. And I think it'll change against Chelsea. It's another away game, and all right, Chelsea got the result last night at the Tin Mine, but this Everton side is good on the road and isn't if this Everton keeps going, I think that's what we need to do. We just looked a little bit out of shape in terms of scoring goals. And thank God, like as I said before, thank God Richarlison is doing it. Calvert-Lewin's got to get himself on the goal trail. I think Sigurdsson's got to get himself involved. And, I think there's players there, as I said, players who've been given that opportunity to step up and haven't taken it. I've got to start taking it now. And if they want to finish in fourth place, exactly what Ashley Cole was saying yesterday, we've got to be more clinical. We've got to be punishing teams. We've got to be brushing teams aside. And we've got to make games easier for ourselves, because last night we didn't. And the other night we didn't. We just got to keep... We've just got to keep going. And, hopefully this is a run that continues and we can try and get a bit of home form again. And yeah, all right, all right, we're now fifth, but at one point in the season, were you going to say actually Everton are going to be fourth and above the shite by 3 points? They're going to be in seventh, we're going to be in fifth, fourth place. You've not said that at all this season, so enjoy it. And on to the next game against Chelsea, because the games aren't going away. The games are going to get tougher, and we just got to pull our socks up and get on with it. So yeah, 1-0 wasn't a great deal to shout about, definitely wasn't. So yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate everything you do. If you're after any of our clobber, as always, it's falconblues.bigcartel.com. We are looking at a few more designs and a couple of little ideas that are coming this way, which will probably be out in the next couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you're subscribing to Falcon Blues TV on Twitter, and following me down there if you want to follow me. And I chat more wham. I don't really talk about Everton if I can help it on my social media. I just find random shit to talk about. Until then, up the fucking toffees. Colin Chong, on to Chelsea. See you in a bit.